Peace. Yours truly. Alright, so what's up, y'all? Peace. What's up? Y'all with me? Yeah, I like that. What's up, Soul Tribe? Yeah, that right. Hit that like button. Come on in. Yeah. Spiritual evolution. That's what we're going to talk about. Spiritual evolution. Yeah. Y'all can't explain this shit. That's right. Spiritual evolution. This shit get real, y'all. Y'all need to wake up. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? What's up, Soul Tribe? That's just the energy I'm in right now. Currently, I just feels good. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Vestella? What's up, the real sexy fox? The real. We ain't talking about that fake shit. We talking about the real. Y'all come in. What's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully your Monday, your week starting off good. Feeling good. Grateful, thankful, blessed. All of that. Now, I want to say something very important. Very, very important. As you begin to continuously evolving, pay attention to your surroundings. I remember years ago when, as we like to say, I was in that pulpit. I knew something more than what I was teaching was evident. It was present. It was there. But I just didn't know. I couldn't put my hands on it. But once I realized what the blockage was, and the blockage was the very thing that I was teaching or what I was being taught or what I was taught. You remember that verse that says, when I was a child, I thought as a child, spoke as a child. But then when you became a man, you put away childish things. Y'all remember that? Anybody ever heard something like that? I may not be quoting it right. It ain't about to quote. But I have to say, I have to honestly say that everything here evolves. Everything. Everybody here, everything here, everything evolves. Everything. We're really cycle seasonal beings. You're here to learn a lesson, you're here to contribute, you part of a cycle. Why you keep coming back. But at some point in time, some don't come back. You've evolved spiritually, you elevated. You might be a guide, right? No telling. But there's this energy, folks, and please pay attention to your dreams. But there's this energy of people complete their lives as far as their thought process. That's why this King of Swords be coming out a lot too. People are now more logical, spiritual thought. You're not just doing shit. You actually putting thought into it. You're replacing ego. A lot of people, hell, millions of us every day, hundreds of millions probably worldwide, go through ego death. Ego death is a part of transformation and evolution. Nothing stays the same. If something stays the same, stagnated, it usually dies. If I was an alcoholic and I just keep drinking, drink, never ever evolve, transform, put that damn bottle down, eventually that liver is gonna harden up and it's a wrap. That's science. But when it comes to this here evolution that we're experiencing right now, a lot of people are not getting it because they're shutting down. They're going against universal evolution. The universe is constantly moving forward and expanding. And these people we call ourselves down here, we beings, we Homo sapiens, we humans, whatever. We're evolving. There's this here other scripture, and the only reason why I'm using certain things, like when I refer to a scripture, is because, the past is the past, but it's also connected to my present. But there's this scripture that says that God of the Bible is going in the last days, which ain't no such thing now, I'm just saying. I'm just giving you this. It's going to pour out his spirit on all flesh. Now, that's what the book say. All right, so let's reinterpret this. Let's just reinterpret this. Because if God of the Bible is going to pour out its spirit upon all flesh, there's going to be a spiritual awakening. Now, let's just say for those of you who may not believe in gods of, written books or what have you, whatever you believe in, it really doesn't matter. The fact remains that there's this spiritual evolution that's taking place. The majority of the people, think about this now, in this country, the majority of the people that's on social media is claiming an attachment or faith or a belief system, a religion, a society, a group. But outside that group, they're all their own individual selves. And why is this important? because more people now, you go and watch tarot or any psychic channel, or any spiritual channel, or anywhere, and the majority of the people that's on these platforms, they are religious. I'm not talking about the ones that's got the platform, the audience. They go to churches, mosques, and temples. The majority of the audience. And as long as they're constantly coming, they're going to constantly, daily evolve. And when they take it and compare it to what they've been taught, this spiritual evolution is rejecting it. Nobody's got to make nobody believe nothing. Nobody's got to force nobody to believe nothing. More people are talking about ancestors today and spirit guides than any other time in recent memory. And when I say recent memory, I'm talking about a few hundred years. Because it's been religion. It's been religion. It's been religion that's been controlling the masses. I would say all the way back during the what I like to call the era of the beginning of the war on consciousness, about 2,500 years ago. And these religions and these things that they bought into, these here man-made systems, institutions, that's designed to keep you and I in a box, including your thinking. You can't think outside this box. If you think outside this box, you evil, you going to hell, you ain't one of us. We're going to disown you, we're going to degrade you, and something's wrong with you. When you get involved in those types of institutions, that's a cult. That's a cult. But now more and more people that are part of these institutions are going through this here forced awakening. See, at some point in time, you're going to be forced. We're going to be forced into a whole new paradigm, a whole new reality, a forced awakening. And by this time, it doesn't matter what you believe, because at some point in time, you're going to see shit and experience shit and dream shit that your books cannot explain. This is when you're going to find more and more people walking away, if you will, or no longer giving it thought about what they was taught or what was forced on their foreparents, if you will. Even when it comes down to things like AI. AI is designed to replace you or your thought process. It's to give you an artificial simulation. 1111, as I say this, an artificial simulation of reality. Now you got people, they download these AI innocently now. They download these AI apps. We're doing all of these different things to whereas we've become a scientific, artificial, intelligently programmed people. everything, the majority of most people's day is spent around gadgets. Gadgets. So next week, we come into a new astrological lunar new year, solar new year, March the 19th. And the reality of this here, it's like it's being the pre-energy. You got energy that's headed this way. You got energy that's headed this way next month that has not been in our atmosphere, in our solar system for thousands of years. And this solar eclipse, I'm talking about the energy aspects of it. When you got a tail behind a comet over 5 million miles long, and all of that cosmic debris. So this energy is coming from afar. Listen to me, folks. This energy is coming from afar. I forgot how many miles per hour they said it's moving. But this energy is coming from afar. So as it comes into our gravity, into our atmosphere, if you will, because the moon is part of your atmosphere. I wouldn't be surprised if the weather pattern this year is so intensified, because here's the thing, folks. You got to look at the lineup. So Mercury's going to stay in Aries. It normally changes houses every, say, 2 weeks, depending on what calendar you use, 21 days, some shit like that, unless it's in retrograde. So it's going to be there, not just so much in retrograde, it's coming in Aries. But the best way that I can explain it is, if you know that eclipse means to cut away, but this comet, I heard that the city of Austin, Texas, has a state of emergency right now, because people coming from all over the world and they want to be in that path of totality, and it's only right here. I'm about 95% in totality, but I'll probably be down near Austin, Texas. And it's something different about this eclipse and this comet, along with the setup energy, because the last time, and I'm speaking in terms, folks. Well, as I'm speaking in terms of there's cycles, seasons, and number synchronicities. And the universal language is numbers. Universe does things in cycles and seasons. As above, so below. So numbers down here is global. Everybody have seasons and there's cycles. You can call them life cycles. So if you think about the setup, when you see a clock and people say the clock is ticking, so when you look at it from an astrological chart, looking up at the sky, you're looking at a big old clock, a chart. And right now that clock is at 11 o'clock. Now the universe again now does everything based on cycles, seasons, and numbers. Listen to me real good. The day is the 8th, but anyway, of next month. So at the 11 o'clock position, that energy that's there in the 11th o'clock position or the 11th house, that's Pluto energy, affected energy, Saturn, and Uranus. Listen. So on the 8, the number 8, let's say the 8th house is going to be highly affected. Huge spiritual transformation coming. There's going to be some events that takes place in the sky, not just during this eclipse, that too. But that's like transformational energy. And the last time in the 11th house position, in the 11th clock position, was 200 and some years ago. That's when this country became a nation. I want y'all to listen to me real good. Everything is going through a spiritual evolution. Everything. Government systems, everything. Shit's got to fall. It's got to end. In order for there to be a new rebirth. And that's what the universe is forcing. This is why you see all kind of crafts. We call them spaceships, alien ships, ships, whatever you want to call. Every damn where now. When I used to talk about this shit, they used to block my ass. Now everybody. Look at it. Everybody talking about it now. Good. But it's about to happen, folks. So for all the book people who believe that you're living in the last days, you're getting ready to go through a huge transformation. You know why? Because nobody that's believing is living like what they're teaching and preaching. If somebody say, Ivory, these are your last days on this planet, and you getting ready to die, even though I don't believe in death, but you getting ready to die. Now, am I going to do the worst of the worst in these last days? Or am I going to try to be more, let me prepare myself for my afterlife journey? And if that's what I believe in, then there's about to be a spiritual awakening in my life. All right. Multiply that times 8 billion people. The whole planet. Everything that you see around you, it's getting ready to change. Everything. People, places, things that we are so accustomed to, everything is getting ready to change. And the ancestors, the spirit guides, by way of your dream state, is talking, is sharing. Because in the 3D, we caught up in the bullshit. We're karmics. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to evolve. And just like seasonal shit, the leaves, they'll fall in the fall, they'll come back in the spring. We're about to go through some cycles. We're about to go through some global endings, some seasonal endings. And it's going to start with a spiritual evolution. I don't believe in the notion that everybody's going to perish. That's bullshit. I don't believe everybody's going to perish. I don't believe nobody's going to heaven. Nobody's going to hell. But I don't believe everybody's going to perish. Why? The universe, the planet, it shifts and it cleans. And just like them leaves fall, we're going to fall. And then rise up again. A whole avatar experience. Where your whole mind, your whole thought process is no longer the same, folks. I promise you. You're going to see people walking away from lifestyles and people, places and things just abruptly just gone, leaving. You're going to see people go into remote areas just to be safe. Because unless you die, if you will, an instant death, it's a slow process. And that's the process all of us are going through right now. You ain't going to be here forever. You don't know when it's your time, they say. But you can know the season. And this is the season. We're at the 11 o'clock hour. When we get to the 12 o'clock hour, astrologically, spiritually, that's a whole new shift from a universal standpoint. Ain't no comments. Go back and Google, if you will, since you like to Google. Go back and Google the last time you had a comet with a 5 million mile long tail. All of this cosmic and astro debris, if you will, cosmic debris. In the 11th hour, in the 11th house. And that shit gonna blow your mind. So the fact that we're getting ready to experience it again, the planet, not just the people is part of the evolutionary process, but the planet itself. So if we believe in things and peoples and deities that created this planet, gods, deities, then now they're coming back to deal with, quote unquote, the divine being, having a divine human experience. And all of us has terrestrial. The majority, everybody on this planet has a terrestrial origin in your cosmic DNA, if you will. When I share things like that's some deep shit. When the sons of God marries the daughters of men, and it tells you in the book, that's somebody, that's beings from another planet, not from Earth. God ain't never lived on Earth. You the guys on Earth, and whatever energy source or God source that exists in you down here in a divine state. That's what allows you to exist in the form of energy. So now the planet is being forced to go through a cleanse from a seasonal, cosmic, spiritual, universal, astrological aspect, however you want to call it, however you want to look at it. So there has to be, for some, a painful ending. And that's why nations now, leaders that know certain things, are trying to position themselves so when there is a restart, global, the same thing that we've had to do over and over and over again. That's how you have so many human experience. We got to come back and replenish the planet. But it's the shifting of the energy and the spiritual awakening that's at the forefront right now. You'll be surprised. Dark is getting darker because it has to come to an end. Motherfuckers ain't just gonna just live forever, just being these dark energies. Dark always is. It exists and it always exists. Light always exists. Energy. So your body and all of its cells is about to be reactivated. All of your thoughts is about to be reactivated, reprogrammed. Undo, unlearn. It's like you got to start all over again because you're about to see some things in the sky that's going to change your whole perception of reality and what's real and what's not. At some point in time, the sons of God, if you will, deities that's responsible for creating this planet and others, have a duty and that duty is to cleanse the planet with the natural disasters that's coming, with the endings, the death, the diseases, the wars, and all of this. This is just the beginning. It's a process. It's a cleansing. It's almost like it's like a universal, if you will, ethnic cleanse. Just cleansing the damn planet. Start this shit over. And for those of you who are involved in some form or fashion of this his spiritual evolution, this spiritual awakening, you feel some shit. Everything is different to you now. People look different. People feel different. And a lot of us now, I can remember that there was a time that social media met a lot of people, tried to connect and network and group up with people. But one spirit says, okay, Ivory, you got to go through this evolution. You got to leave that shit alone for a minute. And I didn't disappear, I just evolved. And through this evolutionary process, it's so much cleansing, folks, of the mindset. And oftentimes you get reminded that you're a human, you're karmic. And then when you factor in all of this past life energy, I mean, some of us haven't even come to grips yet that this ain't your first run around. This ain't your first go around as a human. And now you feeling this shit. People are having dreams of when they of ancient time, real true dreams that they are in. Yeah. And when they wake up, they just blown away. That's letting you know how old your soul is. Just, it's almost like same energy, different body, but then it's going through a continual. Every time you come around, every time you hear, you're going through a evolutionary process. So that at some point in time, whatever that divine purpose for being here, contribution, you complete it. Folks getting ready to be walking out of churches, mosques, and temples like it ain't shit. It's already begun. Again, folks are walking away from family, friends, all kind of people. Evolving. This eclipse follow the aftermath. Anytime that you can in the daytime for a span of almost 3 minutes and you see this coming, you got to remember how many generations have never seen what you're about to see. But anytime you got a comet, and then you'll be able to see Jupiter, Venus in the daytime. Along with other planets. It's some heavy shit, y'all, from an energy standpoint. Everything is energy. Watch what happens. How that a lot of shit is going to continue to come to the surface. You're going to see people, hear about people, see governments, see wars, see destruction. You're going to see. And as the eye see, the mind responds. responds. And when you start seeing shit and experiencing things, power outages, blackout, water shortages, food shortages, diseases, war, economies crashing. When you start seeing this shit, your whole life experience, existence is going to change drastically, like overnight. And it's not like you wake up. It's like you just evolve and go from one shell of a self to a complete new self without even dying. And for those of us who shed this here body, this temple, this avatar, it's going to be by the billions. All that energy no longer exists. But it don't die. Energy doesn't die. You can't destroy or kill energy. And that's what you are. Sometimes when I meditate or dream or communicate, it be beyond shit that, and I end up like this here for about 3 or 4 days. Where it's like I'm not even here on this fucking planet. I know I'm not the only one. It's like, it's not that you don't give a fuck or you don't care. It's just that you're not there. You're not there. There's no there. You don't give a fuck about the politics. You don't give a fuck about negative ass energy. You just know in your environment it's so feel good. It's so sacred. It's so beautiful until you can travel. You can get away. Because this is a dark ass fucking energy around us every day. Some evil ass energy. So you have to get away. And I'm going to say this here in my closing. A lot of people is going to have to perish before this complete evolution is complete. A lot of people got to perish. And it's not, and I don't want to say perish. Let me take that word back. A lot of people have to spiritually transform and evolve out of this body, out of this realm. And for those that return, you got work to do. There's not going to be no religions, no governments, but everybody, you're going to start having these same groups. That same energy is going to try to creep again. To whereas you get a group of people and they want to conquer, they want to discover, they want to rule the fucking planet. That shit's over. They'll be the least in the next lifetime. Once our people that look like me, we got so many dark family secrets. And we just push this shit under the rug. And we wonder why we're down here stuck. And everybody else is over us. Yet we're the first, we say. Yet we say we're the original being. So why hasn't these universal deities or gods, if you will, why are we at the bottom of the totem pole? On our own land, if you will. It's the reason for this shit. Because there's people that looks like me and you that are not of your spiritual breed, if you will. Just because somebody's your family or your friend or your whatever doesn't mean they come from the same place of origin, if you will. Because the soul has no origin. But let's just go back to the place. There's a place, a mass, a place, a planet, or whatever. And we've been to so many of them. But here, this planet is ruled by energy of Saturn. And that's all about karmic lessons, institutions, government. Everybody trying to achieve. Ego. Anything you can think of. All of that's finna change. There's gonna come a day that you ain't gonna be able to turn on no water, no lights. The only people you see is either part of your circle or a threat. We got to go through that phase first. Why? We're not at the 12 o'clock hour yet. So the humanitarian crisis and the group dynamics and all of this here shit and community groups forming, soul tribes and spiritual groups are forming. That's where we at right now. But the crisis has to come first. It has to, folks. And this is going to force so many people into a spiritual awakening or a spiritual evolution. Some people might say a spiritual revolution. Because it doesn't matter what your political status is and who you vote for and who your religion is and your God and your leaders and all that shit don't mean shit. It's going to be you. Your power go off. And these crises that's coming, you ain't going to be able to call the Pope at the Vatican if you're a Catholic. You ain't going to be able to call Jerusalem. You're not going to be able to call Mecca. Ain't no Muslim, ain't no Christian, ain't no Hebrew, ain't no Buddha, ain't no Krishna, ain't nobody going to be able to help you but you. That's going to be your reality. That's the forced awakening. That's the spiritual evolution. Everything has to end in order for things to begin again. Some of y'all, if you haven't already, you're going to have these dreams that's so, not so much disturbing, but they're so telling. And you're not going to be able to explain it to nobody. That's because it was just for you. Some of us going to have these dreams and you're going to be a humanitarian helping people in a crisis. It could be an earthquake, a tsunami. It could be an asteroid hit the planet. It could be hurricane. It could be whatever. war. And you're going to be out there helping people. And you're having these dreams about it. Trying to struggle to get to your loved ones to make sure that they're straight. But you never get to them. But you can hear them. You ain't got to be deep to understand what I'm talking about. Because if you look outside of the box of your belief system, your world, you can see shit falling and crumbling all around you. I heard somebody say there's nothing else left good on this planet but a restart or a reset or evolution. It's just that damn negative, vibrating, and corrupt and evil and dark. Bring on the spiritual evolution. And you're not going to see people that don't look like you as a threat. You're going to see people that don't look like you as humanitarians. Surviving down here like you. It's just some, what you might call elites. The higher they is, the faster and harder they going to fall. They humans just like you. Now they got to struggle and survive like you got to struggle and survive. That's where we're headed. This shit's not going to get better. None of it. There's too many hot spots in terms of they're knowing a whole lot more than what they're telling you. And they're knowing that shit's about to hit the ceiling. And these evil motherfuckers ain't going to tell us shit. They want you to keep believing. Keep hoping. That's all they want you to do. Keep calling on a God. Keep going to church. Keep paying your tithe. If they can shut the church down, the mosque and the temples because of a pandemic, imagine when something global catastrophically happens to the planet. Them buildings ain't gonna be worth shit. This is it. 24 and 25. November this year, y'all. Everything gonna start going like this. Down. Not up. Not for the better. Them days over with. So now you got to start preparing the mind and the body, if you will. When you prepare the mind, as you think, so it is. So now you got to start preparing the mind for transformation, for evolution. Keep thinking that shit's going to stay the same. And it's bad as it is. Shit's changing rapidly. And as we go into this new year starting next week, you'll see. You'll see. The more you're not going to start just hearing shit that's going on around the world and in the skies. You're going to start seeing more and 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 more. And at some point in time, something going to hit you. You're going to be like, wait a minute. These damn beings ain't just coming here and appearing and shit. for no reason. What, you think they doing vacationing and shit, sightseeing and shit? Oh no. No, 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 no. Some shit's about to hit the ceiling. Embrace your thoughts. Embrace yourself. Because this spiritual evolution that we're getting ready to go through, mankind, is going to set the stage for the aftermath, the restart and the reset. What you call United States and Constitution and laws, all this shit's getting ready to, everything's getting ready to start to fuck over. Everything. And where you are and where you position yourself for those few that remain, it's going to be survival. Survival. Something as simple as water, people are going to be killing for it. Water. H2O. A hot meal. People are going to be killing for it. Look, every damn day things that we take for granted, at some point in time, your life is going to be dependent upon it. Simple shit. That's part of the spiritual evolution. Everything else is a sideshow. Distraction. And when you walk outside one day and just down here on your planet is totally different, you in the dark, or you look up in the sky and you see shit that you ain't never seen before, you hear things happening, you feel things happening, and it's natural, it's just all kind of shit that's getting ready to happen. This is no doomsday message. Hell, they talking about it in your books. It's just that our reality is outside of the books. And what they're talking about in the books is going to take place above your head first. As above, so below. And as you see these things, you'll see what I'm talking about. Message from the ancestors, and I'm done. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to things around you. Because the voices are speaking. The voices are speaking. Be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. The card don't mean nothing. It's the message. Be brave and honest. That's what your ancestors want you to know. Be brave and honest. You're warriors in your dreams. You're warriors in the ether. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. Some of y'all see this shit coming. Some of y'all are realizing gifts that you got that you didn't even know that you ever had. You're shapeshifters. Whatever you need to be, as long as you're brave and honest, whatever you need to be for that moment, that's what you're going to shape yourself to. Direction guardian. Choose your path. Bottom of the deck. Medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. Let me tell y'all something. The voices of the ancients You exist in these bodies, these energies. Some of y'all are ancient beings and don't know. And because we're in this dreamy energy, please, folks, pay attention to your dreams. Some of y'all, some of us, there's this here assignments that we got. And this shit's deep. It's like you're supposed to be doing something. It's like you somebody else that you're not. And the spirit is saying, just be brave, be honest, be who you have to be for that moment. A lot of us gonna have to go back to the energy of we all have been at some point in time around the energy or in the energy of just being root workers and herbalists and medicine doctors and things of this nature. But you have protection around you. And it's like, you remember when that movie was out, Clash of the Titans, and there was different aspects of this man's journey. And he was given this and then given a horse and then given this and then given this and then given this. Some of y'all, there's going to be butterflies, birds, animals, trees, nature going to be speaking to you. And you're going to be able to telepathically hear these creatures. But at the end of the day, we're all headed back to nature beings as opposed to just these beings that we just consume darkness. We just consume artificial shit. Everything is artificial now, just about. Whether it's artificial information, intelligence, artificial flavors, artificial food, artificial people. People are not who they say they are. Everything's artificial. So for those of us who is ahead of this paradigm, this shift, we're walking away from that. We ain't got no other choice. But there's a spiritual evolution, folks, that's taking place. It's happening right now. We're in the fifth dimension, and some even above, even in your thought process. But the universe is definitely has shifted. So now everything else has to catch up. Or you just left behind, you dissolve, or you evolve. Spiritual evolution. We'll see y'all later.